So what's going on, guys? Gokazami here. I'm here with my friend Maddoux, and he was on Ghoti.
Nice to meet y'all.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay. At first, I'm running 3 tuna. This is because it's just an easy one-card combo, and could get you into basically anything in the deck. Then we run triple lifeless leaf fish. This is because it's necessity. You need to run it at 3 simply because you want to see it as commonly as possible, and the graveyard effect too is just an add-on free draw.
What does it do on like normal? Like, why is it such a necessity?
It's because whenever you normal summon it, just foolish burial fish monster, most of the time you're gonna go for a shift because then you can target it, get it banished, and then you just pass, go on area on post on their turn.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I run triple Abyss Shark. This is because it's just a easy extender. Easily searchable, can search almost anything level 4 wise, or it can search everything level 4 wise. And it's just easy extender, honestly.
That card's pretty cracked.
Yeah.
Like a free special for sure.
And then we run 1 Exeep. This is because I don't want to see it in my opening hand because it's just really big brick. You want to search it off of the field spell and then just immediately special summon it. Then we run 1 Zep. This is again because if I see it in my opening hand, 9 times out of 10 I'm breaking with it. And most of the time I just banish it with Arion Post or Sinopios if it's already in hand, just for a free extender synchro someone on their turn. Then I run double paces. At first I was running it at 3, but then I started thinking that it wasn't worth me seeing it that often, simply because it's a lot harder to recycle whenever it gets off the field unless you already activate the effect, which banishes it for cost, so you can normal summon any fish monster in your hand.
Good.
I then run 3 Shift. This is because, in all honesty, this card goes hand in hand. I have the Supe package in here. If you open that with Supe package, you easily go full combo. It's honestly a better card to see than Paces because you normal summon it, and then there's so many more opportunities with it, I feel like. I run triple Snopios. At first I was running it at 2, and then I was realizing that I wasn't seeing it as much, so I started running at 3. And it's okay if you see it like 2 in your opening hand, or even 3 if you want to see it that often in your opening hand, because you can just banish it and summon itself and then do stuff like that.
Why is this one so important to see in your opener?
This is really important because it's a really big extender on your opponent's turn, or even on your turn if you want it to be. It goes any way you want it to be. It lets you play at your own pace.
Okay, cool.
And slow down the opponent also. And then for the engine, I believe, I like to run 3 Supe Duskwalker and 1 Supe. This is all because you need to have 1 Supe, and then Supe Duskwalker is just the freest way to go into Arion Post. And in all honesty, I feel like it's the best package to run with Ghoti.
This is just kind of a free, like, level 6 synchro. I think it's really neat.
It's really cracked, in all honesty. If I see it opening hand, I'm basically going full combo.
I'm just surprised more decks aren't like running something like this when they're like synchro based.
Stuff like Archfiend is starting to pick up on this card, and it's actually starting to raise. Last time I checked, it was like 4 or 5, something along that range, for good reason, honestly. Then I like to run 1 Silent Angler. This is because it's not a bad card per se, but if you see it too often, then you're not really going to be able to special summon as much. And on your first turn, it doesn't really matter. But as you start to progress, the grind game and stuff, this card really starts to screw you over. And most of the time, you only need it once at the very beginning of the game.
I really like how like this card is just like aged like fine wine. Like it came out like 2013 or 14 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just like 10 years later, it's good.
Yeah, it's a crazy card, honestly. And then I run 1 Manai Ruka. I used to run 2, but I decided to cut it because I realized that it wasn't as crazy as I first thought. I feel like that's a lot of people's reaction because everybody thought, they read it too fast and they thought the game was going to be a quick effect, or they just thought that it was going to break the deck itself, but it turned out to be the definition of mediocrity, in all honesty. And then I run the 1-up Buzzsaw. This is because Unchained is being really popular right now, and in all honesty, I feel like Abyss Dweller is just such a good card to summon, and I mean, it definitely cucks Unchained.
Yeah, it's true.
And then for the monster hand traps, I like to run triple Ash, for obvious reason, and then triple Ghost Ogre. This is because I feel like Ghost Ogre has a lot of better matchups than what I first thought, and whenever I added that, I realized that I was able to come on top of a lot more games than whenever I first realized.
Okay, it's definitely like a unique choice, but I like it because even if you're like playing against something like Unchained, let's say like they try and negate your summon with the Big Caesar, and then you just like you could chain Ghost Ogre to just destroy it, so don't have to like worry about that. Or like the dog, the links off for yourself. You just chain Ogre and it doesn't resolve.
That, and then also like here, there's a lot of Scareclaw players. Like I went back to back against Scareclaw players, and I used Tryhard to get rid of one, and then I used Abyss Keeper. It's a link monster where I just was able to banish it and Tryhard, and most of the time I'd win after that. So it was very nice. And then I also like to run only one. I see people run 3 and terraforming, but at the same time, I feel like if I see this too often, I can brick with it really hard. And if you open multiple copies of this, you're kind of screwed. Because, I mean, if you have no fish
it's a
monsters
brick,
in hand,
right?
Yeah. If you have no fish monsters in hand, you're kind of just messed up. Either way, I like to run a Harpy's Feather Duster. This is because Labyrinth, and in all honesty, just a lot of decks I've realized I've begun setting a lot of back row, and this can really deal with it. Or it can also like bait out stuff.
Yeah, that's a good call. I think One Duster in the main is just it's good.
It's good. I mean, what else do you want from me, you know? I also like to run one Gold Sarkoff. I mean, I actually just put it on in right before locals today, and in all honesty, it really showed out. It was able to get me into a better situation because I was able to banish Shift, and then from that on their turn, I was able to just win. In all honesty, it was against a Fluke player too, so it felt good.
Nice.
And then we run the one of Called By. I feel like, in all honesty, this card is way too good not to be run right now. Just Ash Blossom hurts.
It's crazy. I get it. Yeah.
It's just it covers your bases with this deck.
And if you see it and you don't get hand trapped, it's just the craziest card in the game.
It really is. Because then you can just send it and wait for your opponent's turn.
Yeah.
I like to run Ghoti Cosmos and then one Ghoti Fury. I've been really off and on with this card. Like I went against Stun one day, and because I had this card, I was actually able to beat it because I went to Deep Beyond, and since if I have 9+ fish monsters that are banished, it counts as a synchro summon. So what I did was I let my cards stay banished, and then I flipped this card face up. I feared the effect, got rid of everything on the field, and then their standby phase, he couldn't beat over it. So, and then Ghoti Fury, honestly, just such a good form of interruption. Comes back on your standby phase, and you get to choose one card on your field and one card in their field. They just get banished and they come back. And in all honesty, it helps me out tremendously. Last week, this week I didn't really see it as often, but it's a really good card to run. And then, of course, I run the 3 Infinite Impermanence because it's just a good card. What can I say? All right,
so just a 40-card main deck?
Yeah, I don't like the run over because I tried running a 41-card main deck whenever I first got my D-Shifter, and I put it in there, and I braked every single draw, and I was like, this is just a bad omen. I'm not going to do it. So I just decided to cut it to 40.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, now let's get into the not side deck, the extra deck. I personally like to run the Abyss Dweller simply because, you know, the Unchained is becoming really big, and in all honesty, like, it shuts off a lot more strategies than, in my opinion, I think it should.
Yeah, like mana really struggles versus this, honestly.
It's a crazy card, in all honesty. And then I run one Abyss Keeper. This card is absolutely insane. I can banish, say I have a tuner on the field and they have a card. I just banish that tuner and it comes back on their standby phase. I'm not losing anything because it comes back. And in all honesty,
it banishes one of their cards as well?
Yep.
Okay, that's kind of crazy.
And it can be face down. You can bait stuff with it. It's absolutely absurd. And then I like to run one Ghoti Beyond. I've been thinking about running him at 3. or not 3. Sorry, I'm thinking about running him at 2, but in all honesty, 1 has been doing more than enough for me. And then I like to do Baron. Baron on the floor is just, it's a synchro card. It's easy as summon.
There's nothing you gotta say about it, bro. Baron is Baron.
Yeah. And then we got Ruddy Roshak, and dude, this card.
Dude, we played today, and
crazy.
this card scared me, bro. Just banished everything out of the graveyards.
It is just such a crazy card, man. It's absolutely absurd how much this card can win you the game. It's crazy. Oh, yeah. And then I don't use this card often at all, but I still run it in here because whenever I see a deck where it can really benefit, it pays off so well.
Yeah, this versus Cash is insane.
Yeah, it's just honestly crazy. And then I like to run the 1-of Chinging. I mean, come on, it's a banished deck. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, true.
I mean, like, come on.
The big boy.
Yeah, and he can come back banished from card on the field, non-targeting, by the way. That's how I was able to get through a black. It's the Link 3 Black Luster Chaos.
Yeah, Soldier of Chaos.
Yeah, man, I was able to get through it because of that. I run 1 Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. It's just a good.
Look at that
deck.
miscut. Woof.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, but it looks really cool and I like it.
So it's for time and a board ride, pretty much.
Yeah, basically. One item anticipated Risen Dragite. I mean, it's a spell trap negate and it's easy as hell to get it because it's a water deck. 1 white Aura Whale, just a Raigeki on legs, and it also has piercing and it can attack twice. So it's kind of a crazy card. And then I run 2 Ascon. This is because it's just a simple of late to go into, and it's also really good. And these 3 have been able to win me the game so many times, and it's just honestly crazy how well this card can perform in itself. And then I run 2 Arion Posts. Dude, whenever I tell you this card carries the deck, I mean it. Without this card, the archetype I don't think would be alive at this moment in time because it does everything. It lets you add, and it lets you banish from the deck. It's honestly crazy. And then time for the side deck. In all honesty, my side deck isn't anything special. I haven't had too much time to work on it. I just run 3 Veiler, 3 Shifter because it's banished deck. Cucks other decks helps you out most of the time.
What a card.
Yeah, D-Barrier shuts off so many decks. And
I love how just like what should be on the ban list is just this side deck. Like
2 Rivalry because you can easily play
Fish deck.
Rivalry with this deck. 1 Titanocider, I don't know. It's just in there.
What does this do?
Whenever I can flip it, and whenever you special summon a extra deck monster, I flip it. It loses 0 tag and it cannot activate effects. And then whenever it can recycle itself too. It's kind of good, but I don't know. I haven't really seen it. And then 3 Book of Moon.
For Pearly?
Just Book of Moon. Whenever I see a deck that I feel like I can benefit from it, and in all honesty, it's good against Pearly, and I hate Pearly with a burning passion.
Okay, so that's the list. So
Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a great day.
oh well, is there any shout outs you want to make?
Can I shout out my friend?
Yeah, sure.
Shout out to my friend. I believe his YouTube is DarkyWorky78. He reached 100 subscribers, and he did a stream last night, which was really fun. And yeah, that's about it. Shout out God, my family, and just everything, in all honesty.
Okay, well, this was Maddoux, and this is Goku Zemi signing off. Peace. Have a
See
good
y'all
one.
later.